I've been looking forward to doing this demo for a long time. In today's episode, we check out a Gibson Custom Shop 64 Trini Lopez signature. So let's dive into this demo and get started. Hello guys, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury shred machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Ben Keightley, and today I have the pleasure of showing you a beautiful Gibson Custom Shop 64 Trini Lopez model. This guitar is so iconic, mainly because of Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. Obviously, this isn't his signature model, although they did release a Dave Grohl version. That was originally a Gibson USA release in Pelham Blue and not Cherry. They sell on the second-hand market for crazy money, so Epiphone actually recreated the Dave Grohl signature, again, which was a very expensive guitar in its own right. But today we have the original guitar, where it all started, the Trini Lopez signature model. So the cool thing about this guitar is obviously the diamond F-holes. It's basically a 335, and you also have the killer kind of big Firebird headstock. So let's get it off the stand and take a closer look at this iconic signature model. So here you are, I've got a little bit more of a closer shot of this guitar now so you can see how beautiful it really is. So obviously we've got that aniline cherry finish on this, which is a really dark red. It really offsets that cream binding nicely. As you can see here, I've got some wonderful figuring all over this guitar. So the main design elements that put this aside from a regular 335 comes down to the diamond F-holes, the diamond trapeze tailpiece. We have an ABR1 bridge with the nylon saddles, which you do see on some of the 345s in the 60s. We have the split parallelogram inlays, and we have this massive headstock with 6 inline tuners. Because of the way that this headstock is designed, very similar to like a Firebird headstock, and the way this trapeze tailpiece is designed, you actually have a very, very long distance between tuner and bridge. So a lot of the string is used. Obviously, you can make sympathetic vibrations from both sides as there's so much space for the string to vibrate. But other than that, it has the construction of a 335. So we have a 3-ply maple, poplar, maple top, and we have maple, poplar, maple on the sides and back as well. So it's basically like a laminated top and back. We have a maple center block, which makes it a semi-hollow construction and reduces feedback. As we move down to the neck, we have a mahogany neck, finished in the same aniline cherry. This has a nice 64 profile. It's fairly thin. It feels more kind of rounded than a regular 335. Feels very similar to that 345 in white that we had in not so long ago. On Gibson's website, they call it a medium C profile. Turning around, we have an Indian rosewood fretboard with the ambered over split parallelogram inlays. We have a nylon nut, and we have the regular bell truss rod on the cover. This headstock is so iconic. Obviously, we have the vintage kind of Fender-like tuners on here, the vintage 6-in-line, but we have a nice black headstock with the gold Gibson silkscreen. As this is a Gibson Custom Shop recreation, we do have a little bit of aniline dye kind of going onto the binding there, where it's kind of, leaked over. That is a historically accurate touch. And we also have tortoiseshell side dots, which look really, really beautiful under the light. In terms of hardware choices, we have 2 custom bucket Alnico pickups, which seems to be kind of the go-to pickup for the Gibson Custom Shop now. Lots of mid-range and brightness. These will cut through any mix. We have the 60s reflector style knobs, so we've got this little metal casing on the top and the black shafts. We also have the thumb bleeders on this one, and we have a cream pickup selector switch. Got the short guard as this is in the 60s, and as I mentioned previously, we have the nylon saddles on the ABR1 bridge, which is a 60s feature. So that's pretty much all the specs of this amazing Trini Lopez guitar. So let's plug her in and see how she sounds. So welcome to the tone demonstration. To begin with, I'm going to be using the tone that I used in the intro of today's video to play Everlong by the Foo Fighters. Even though this is a Trini Lopez signature model, I've always associated this guitar with Dave Grohl. So I'm going to start by just playing the Everlong chords in drop D with the same kind of setup I had in the intro. So a lot of distortion to begin with. This is the full volume, full tone. So far, it has that really chewy kind of distortion sound that obviously Dave Grohl gets on the record. I found that this guitar sounded a little bit brighter when I recorded it, so I have rolled down the tone just a little bit to get a little bit more of a chewy kind of Everlong tone. Kind of Mesa Boogie, very like, you know, muddy distortion that he got on them records. But let's get some clean tones going just so we can hear the true voicing of these humbuckers. So I'm going to just switch over the amp now. I've got a nice crystal clean tone on my AC30 profile. I'm going to start on the neck pickup and just play some nice jazz chords. Definitely is what this guitar was initially designed for. Obviously, they're nice jazz chords, bluesy tones. It has a really nice warm neck pickup. Let's go a position down. So we've got the neck and bridge humbuckers. Love that tone. And finally, the bridge pickup. Just a very usable clean tones. I'm going to do a quick loop just to go through all the tones together so you can see how they stack on top. So using the same chords. Starting off just with them clean tones, it has a classic kind of semi-hollow Gibson sound. It's a very easy guitar to play. Before this demo started, I replaced the strings with 10 gauge D'Adarios. I had a good cleanup of the guitar as it came in quite dirty. But it plays very nicely, actions set up really good. And I think my favourite position so far is that neck position, especially for the more complex voicing. let's do some more jams on the clean. So now I'm going to switch back to the gain channel and do some riffing. guys, that brings us to the end of another video. Before I give you my personal review, make sure to leave a like rating down below, comment your thoughts down below as well, and make sure to subscribe to this channel to see more content. In terms of this guitar, I've always loved the look of the Trini Lopez, and I'm a massive fan of 335, so take that into consideration before you hit my review. This is an extremely resonant guitar, and it plays a wide variety of styles. It's a very versatile guitar. It could be a great choice for a jazz or blues guitar or a grunge rock machine. It really has all the tones available, and I think that's mainly down to the pickups. These custom bucket Alnicos are great. Very transparent, you can obviously dirty them up if you have a high gain amp, but they really respond nicely when clean. And this is why I prefer lower output pickups, as I believe that they're a little bit more versatile than higher output pickups. I really like the addition of the nylon bridge. I feel like I can hear a difference between that and metal saddles. My 335, which is a 59 reissue, has a ABR one with the metal saddles, and that definitely has a little bit more brightness than this, and I think you can really hear it on the clean tones. This has a really nice woolly tone to it. I love the finish. It's a classic kind of, Trini look. These diamond F-folds definitely, really catch my eye when I look at the design. It's a great design guitar. It's probably one of the best signature models that Gibson ever did, in my opinion. It's an iconic model. In terms of how it plays, it has a really nice kind of rounded profile, very slim. Action's nice and low, no fretting out anywhere. It's a great guitar indeed. But this guitar really is made for them Foo Fighters riffs, in my opinion. Keep it in drop D, play some of them Everlong chords, and you're going to be one happy person. But in terms of a rating for today's episode, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Mainly because I love Trini Lopez and I love this guitar. We've had a few of these in over the last couple of years. We had a shell pink one, which was really cool, but you can't beat the classic cherry red. I really hope we can get a Pelham blue in one day. But I really hope you've enjoyed this review of this amazing Trini Lopez guitar. If you do have any questions about this guitar, then just leave them in the comment section below and we'll answer right away. But thank you so much for watching Squealing Pig Guitars, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode. But until then, keep rocking guys, I'll see you soon.